Hey, babe, I got you a present.
Oh, what is it? Is it a box?
Well, to open it, you gotta turn the crank on the side here. Half a pound of tuppenny rice, half a pound of treacle. That's the way the money goes. Pop!
Ah, my eye! Welcome back, everyone. Talk Murder Me podcast. My name is John. I'm sitting here with Jen and Niquiz. This is episode 272.
Hooray, cray.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Halloween-esque episode.
Spooky.
Spooky. This episode and the one that we're going to put out next, 272, both have what we like to call creepy linguinis.
I had some linguine the other day.
Love me some fucking pasta. Ugh. Man, I love carbohydrates.
Yep. I recently learned the importance of making sure that you salt your water. When you cook the pasta. Yeah. I feel like my mom...
Why do you salt the water?
So it gives the pasta some flavor.
I thought it had to do with boil. Like, I thought adding salt to the water helped the water boil faster.
I don't know. I feel like growing up, my mom put oil in the water.
It does help it.
Which helps the pasta not stick together.
Right. But it's good. And then when you like the pasta water, when you put salt in the pasta water, like you save some of that pasta water if you're making sauces, like especially like cream-based sauces, and it helps with that.
We are live streaming this episode, so be sure to get on and talk to us, and we'll talk to you. But this is episode 272. I put all my sources on talkmurder.com. This is a creepy episode. Creepy linguine episode. We've been drinking. All right, buzz.
Indeed, we have.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm not as buzzed, though. As
We got to take another shot. There's a new episode. I'm sitting here with 2 tampons that...
When did you start calling us tampons?
Oh, excuse me. 1 tampon and 1 maxi pad.
You know what? I feel no shame about that.
With wings. What does the wings do? Is that when you throw it, it like flies? Like, what the fuck's the wings do?
You know what? It
Tell me why do you need wings on a tampon?
You don't put wings on a tampon.
The wings help you fold it so it goes on the other side of the underwear so it stays in place.
So it doesn't mess up your underwear.
If it doesn't have wings,
What do you mean
it just
messes up
lays
your-
on the
Why don't
top.
you just take some Scotch tape and just tape it around there?
Yeah, Scotch tape is not very absorbent.
No.
Oh, that's gross, dude. That's gross. Absorbent of what?
The lining
Blood?
of our uterus
We're literally-
that sheds every fucking month.
We're literally losing pieces of our body. Currently, today, I am.
I tried the cup for the first time.
Did you
That's
like it?
fucking disgusting. You just tell everyone that's listening you're on your period. That's what you just said.
You know what? We have a lot of female listeners, and we were discussing the
Why are you
menstrual cup
shaming me? You should not
recently.
shame.
I'm not shaming you.
Half the fucking population has to deal with this shit.
I am not blood shaming you.
Did you like the Diva Cup?
So I tried. It was the Flex Cup.
Was the
Flex cup.
disposable one?
It was not the. It was like an actual cup, and it had like a little thing, so it was almost like a tampon string that you could pull out.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Okay, I will say,
Where does that hole even go? Like outer space?
I do think it helped. My cramps were not as bad, but it lasts for 12 hours. You can keep it up there for 12 hours.
Oh.
But I will say it was a little hard to put it in,
Yeah, it was.
and it was when you're taking it out. I felt like. Yeah, like it can get a little messy.
Oh,
so
God.
you gotta be in the shower maybe.
You're
and take
doing
it
this
out.
on purpose.
You brought it
Because
up.
I did try it to take it out not in the shower, and I was like, I feel like that could have been an easier contained crime scene.
I have at home, like, I guess they're discs. I
haven't tried that.
I haven't
Ew, what
either.
the
So
fuck?
Because
my
I'm
sister
afraid.
gave them to me.
I'm afraid. How can I get it out?
Oh my God. All right. I'm done with this.
This is for Tara. Surprise shots. Surprise shots.
Baby.
We don't know what they are because they're a surprise.
That one went down okay.
Peach
It's a
schnapps.
good peach.
Peach shit. tonight we're going to July 23rd, 2015.
Okay.
So I told you earlier that this is a creepypasta episode. Mm-hmm. Have you guys heard of any murders? Have you guys heard of any murders that have anything to do with creepypastas? Even though we've done a couple. I know we've done two. We've done the Red Room.
Yes.
And there was another one we did. I know there was another one. Or maybe it was created after the murder, but maybe it was just that one. How many creepypastas have you read on this podcast?
At least one.
Well, I know that. But
I don't know. We've done almost 300. I don't fucking know.
Shit.
I think...
Anyway, this is where we're going tonight. This is an apartment in Elkhart County. You want to take a guess where Elkhart is?
Texas.
That's a good guess.
Okay.
I was also thinking the southern region, except I was going to say Georgia.
All right. Well, it's not.
It is what it is. I'll take my win from the last episode. That'll probably last me a few months.
What win? What are you talking about?
The plastic surgery cross-dressing thing.
I don't know if I want to give that one to you.
Oh, I'll give it to her.
What do you mean you'll give it to her?
You are not the only...
Referee.
Yeah. You're not the judge, juror, and executioner of everything here.
What am I?
I'm the sexecutioner. I need to grow up. I'm almost 40 years old.
You still got a few years.
Still talking about penises and stuff.
That's okay.
All right, so tonight we're going to July 23rd, 2015 in a small Indiana town.
Oh, Indiana.
Elkhart County. And what you're looking at here is the crime scene.
An apartment complex.
An apartment complex.
With a swing set.
That's a dinky ass little swing set.
That's a nicer swing set than I had.
And what is that? Is that a well under it?
No, it's just...
It's like a big ass fucking hole.
It's not a hole. It's just
What is it then?
A little crawl space for the kids.
Crawl
to stand.
space?
Doesn't look safe at all.
It looks like a place where kids would be doing pot, doing dope,
Maybe it is.
and listening to wet ass pussy.
Where destruction is.
So for tonight's episode, is this going well or not?
If you have to ask.
I'm always hunky dory, so.
For tonight's episode, I can't actually tell you the killer's name because I think she just turned 18 or...
She.
Yeah.
And a child.
Yeah. So at the time of the murder, she was 12.
Whoa.
And this is 2015, so I'm not good at math, but I think she's in her 30s. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Didn't she just say she was about to turn 18?
I don't think that adds up there.
Well, she's 15, or she's... In 2015, she was 12, so now it's 2021, so that's
9,
5, 7...
6.
6 years. So 5, 6 plus 12 is 18. So
Is her name even released?
No, her name isn't released, but anyone who wants to find it, you could find it. I mean,
If you know, you know.
because for instance, the mother, I'm not going to get into it, but the family's name is released, and they call her JT. In fact, that's what you'll be reading, JT. So, and her last name is Torres. So she is one of the Torres kids. And I mean, if anyone really wanted to, they could figure it out. And I'm sure she will become pretty popular here within the next few years, I'd imagine, because she's out completely and everything. And she's 18. So
This kind of, like, these creepy pasta stories, like, what was the other girl? Nevada
Tana. But she didn't,
She was underage, though.
she was 12. No, she was 11. Excuse me, because the Japanese pulled down the age to 12 as being qualified for as an adult, and she was not even 12 yet. So she went to. She actually that was actually solved in a family civil court for a murder. But this one here in Indiana, she is 12, and here's one of the things about these cases. And I even noticed that this, I guess we've always been doing this. I think it's a huge waste of time. But even in the Ed Gein case, the dude's crazy. I mean, you have 5 or 6 psychiatrists saying that he's not in his right mind. He's not in his right mind during the murder. But we still don't just let that go. We still say, oh, he's just incompetent to stand trial at this specific moment. Like 10 years down the road when he's medicated, or for instance, when she's medicated and she's better, her mental health is better, then we're going to try her. That doesn't make any damn sense to me. I keep seeing this. Like, if she's not fit to stand trial, that means she wasn't fit when she murdered. You know, she's just because she's better now, that doesn't matter. If she wasn't in her right mind, if she had mental problems, you can't hold her accountable. End of story, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just a waste of money. And that's been going back for 50 years, 60 years. Ed Gein was just like that. They waited 10 years to try him for murder. 10 years after he got better from his schizophrenia and stuff. 10 years. And then after all these tax dollars, it's just like, well, I guess he was right where he belonged. I mean, it's like a waste of money. I don't
disagree with you. Mm-hmm.
But in this case, same thing, man. If you're going to say someone is schizophrenic, if you're going to say someone has DID, dissociative identity disorder, or whatever, during the murder, then that's it, man. Don't be trying people 5 years once they're better. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. They weren't better when they killed the person. I don't know. Anyway, that's just me. I see that shit a fucking lot. That's why I have to say that. It was the evening, July 23rd. JT texted a friend of hers, also underage at the time. She was 12 as well. What do you think her initials were?
TJ.
BS.
BS.
Like Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears.
JT texted her friend JP.
Oh.
She says, quote, "I can't take it anymore," in all caps.
Uh-oh. And
"I'm about to snap," in all caps. They discuss bringing water and food and meeting at the park, a nearby park, tonight at 10 p.m. They had to wait till both their families went to bed. They were going to meet up at the park and they were going to run away together.
Like,
is this a boy and a girl running away together?
No, this is
romantic.
That's a good question. This is a girl. I don't think they were romantic, but okay. I do need to say, and this can't be substantiated, but I can tell you that I really did this. I was trying to snoop on. So when YouTube, like the Daily Mail or whatever, puts out a video, you have all these commenters.
Right.
Oh my God, I knew that girl or whatever. Oh my God, that girl went to my school. I was just trying to see who she was based on those comments. Mm-hmm. And those comments, you can't substantiate them. You can't validate them.
Right.
But there was one female on there that said, oh my God, this is my ex-girlfriend. You know, we met somewhere, some other, but it didn't last very long. So I don't know if they were romantic or not. That was to answer your question. Mm-hmm. But they were friends, really good friends. I will tell you that. But not that it matters, but, you know, it's kind of interesting that I did find that. I don't know if that lady was being truthful or even if it was a lady or not. So, fuck. Just some YouTube commenter. Mm. Anyway, she says, I'm about to snap. They discussed bringing food and water. And they were going to meet at a nearby park at 10 p.m. Hopefully it's not that little ass park right there on the thing.
That's not really a park. That's just more or less a swing set in the back of an apartment complex.
But first she had to have dinner with her parents. And Edwin Torres is the father.
Okay.
JT, I'm going to call her JT is what the court papers call her, and that's what we're using tonight is the official court papers from this case. They refer to her as JT. They never say her actual name for privacy reasons, but
Right.
we obviously know her dad's name is Torres, so her last name is Torres too. It kind of seems like they would like J, it might be Jennifer or something. Like I think they would keep that letter too, because they know people can find it if they want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it might be like Jennifer or something like that. But anyway, she had to have dinner with her family first. And for the past few months, things haven't been all right with her as far as mental health is concerned. This is what we're going to talk about. This is a huge mental health case. Both of these tonight. Huge mental health. And her father, her biological father, Edwin, they were at the they were at the dentist. They were at the dinner table, and he tells police that JT, quote, kept displaying a big grin and showing all of her teeth.
Like the Cheshire Cat.
This is a fucking creepy ass case, yo. I'm telling you. Anyway, this is a Halloween case.
Spooky.
Just briefly going over who's in the house right now. JT lived with her stepmother, Maria Torres. Maria Torres is the deceased. She is the one that's about to be killed in tonight's story. That's a stepmother.
Edwin's wife.
Edwin's wife, yeah. The father, Edwin Torres, is there, a half sister and a half brother. So you have 3 kids living in the house, half brother to. So, JT is the biological daughter, but then the other 2 kids are from the new wife, Maria Torres.
Does she have any other siblings from her both biological parents or with her mother? Or like, is
with
she
her mother,
permanently living with her father? Or?
She is permanently living with her father, but as I found out, probably not the best place she could be living, but way better than living with her mother, because the mother had married a registered sex offender.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And was most likely, from what a lot of psychiatrists believe, was definitely abusing the mother, if not the daughter too. So she actually just moved in with the dad at 12, like this year.
Okay.
After they took her away from that situation. Not a very good childhood. As far as, and no fault of her own. I mean, she's just
A victim.
Fucking humans are just shitty. That's why, yeah. But that's who's in the house. Edwin disturbed because her daughter kept displaying a big grin and showing all her teeth at the dinner table. She had a strange posture. Now, this is what the father's going to tell police. After she kills his wife in cold blood, just kills her. And I'm going to get to that. But she had a strange posture before the murder. And she kept saying she was fine. And I mean, it's just the creepiest thing you can imagine, a kid doing that, right? Later on in the night, before the murder or anything else, the father, Edwin, smells smoke in the house. He runs to JT's room and notices that the smoke is barreling out of her closet. Apparently, JT, after dinner, and she had already made plans to meet at 10 p.m. and all this stuff, she actually started a fire in multiple places in the house, one of them being her closet. So now the apartment is on fire, right? Oh, yeah, this is a nightmare, dude. The father runs in and tries to rally up. He's got 3 kids there. He's trying to get everyone outside. Because the kids are asleep.
Right.
I mean, this is a school night. So he's trying to get everyone awake and get them outside. I mean, this apartment is brick on the outside, but I'm telling you, that thing is going to go up quick. Because that is probably not the best type of material. It looks like a low income apartment.
It does.
And it looks very fucking flammable to me.
I mean, it's brick at least.
The bricks on the outside, though. Inside, you have all that plaster, plyboard, and it's probably the cheapest stuff they have. I'm just telling you, I've lived in a lot of these little apartments like that, and they ain't fireproof. So if a fire starts to spread in that thing, I'm pretty sure it's going to engulf the whole building. You know, I mean, very thin walls and shit. Like, those things will catch on fire. You don't think?
I don't know.
I mean, the inside contents, yes. I don't know.
We can't all live in Mount Pleasant.
But you actually do.
Shit.
Yeah, some of us live in cute little Somerville.
As Edwin tried to put out the fires, he heard his wife scream that JT had a knife. He entered the hallway and saw Maria knocking on the door of JT's half-sister's bedroom. When she awoke and opened the door, she saw her mother, Maria, standing there with blood on her clothes. Maria told JT's half-sister,
But if you want to read the quote, Jen, you're better at reading quotes.
I'm dying. Call the police.
Well, Torres is a Spanish name, so can you add a little twang on there?
I don't know. I'm dying. Call the police. That was not good. Just, Nicole, read it. Read it.
You sound like a psychic.
This is Ken Jones.
Kim Jollins. What was it?
Miss Cleo.
I'm dying. Call the police. She called 911.
The father runs in to find the daughter, and she is outside of the house. Now, he doesn't know his wife was stabbed yet. I mean, the whole apartment is engulfed in smoke. But as you see, the mother, so as a stepmother, Maria Torres is trying to wake up the other stepdaughter. She's banging on the door. Wake up, wake up. That is when the 12-year-old JT comes out of her room and basically shanks her.
Oh my gosh.
Shanks her repeatedly. Stabs her multiple times. I'm going to tell you, we're going to go through the exact cause of death and everything, but just stabs her multiple times and then books it. So she runs out, and then the dad finds the daughter outside after everyone's outside, besides the wife, that is. Now, he doesn't really know what's going on. He's just trying to get all the girls and the boy, the son, out far away from the apartment so the smoke won't get him, so the fire won't get him and stuff like that. So he doesn't know. And at this point, he sees his daughter, JT, standing at the apartment's front door. Quote, and this is from him, this is from the police report. Quote, he looked into her eyes and just didn't recognize her, end quote. Isn't that fucking nuts?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's a fucking demon, dude. Fucking demon. If you want
At 12.
At 12. If you want to read this.
Edwin found JT near the apartment's front door. She was holding a knife and standing in an unusual posture. He looked into her eyes and just didn't recognize her. Edwin told JT they needed to leave, or they would all die in the fire. She told him to stay back and to not come closer, speaking in a clownish tone of voice. Senior Judge John Sharpnack wrote as he summarized the case in the appeals court opinion.
So, in a clownish voice.
Like it.
Yeah. Like,
Quiet, Georgie.
what did she say? She said, stay back. Ah! You know, in a clown. Well, that's not a clown. That was more of a goblin or something.
Yeah.
Stay back. Or it's just weird shit. I mean, this is coming from the police report. The actual court documents. Like, verbatim. So what you're seeing is speaking in a clownish tone of voice, telling her own father to stay back. Her father didn't even recognize her when he looked into her eyes. That's got to be Satan, the mark of the beast. It's got to be. What else? That has got to be some sort of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Or people are just murderers. I don't know.
This is the victim, Maria Torres. I'll put her photo on talkmore.com. It's a little wedding photo there. She was 50 years old when she died. The father, once he gets out, Edwin, he noticed he is also cut on the arm. So not only did his daughter kill his wife, she also tried to kill her dad. Stabbed him right in the arm. Gashed. Blood everywhere. He's going to be fine, though. The cause of death for Maria Torres: multiple stab wounds to her face and torso.
Yikes.
Multiple stab wounds to the face. Now, she is tall. I mean, taller than a 12-year-old.
Well, she's a full-grown adult.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. So to stab her in the face, it's almost like JT had to jump up for a second.
Maybe she tackled her or something.
I don't know, because maybe. Like I said, we don't even have a picture of this girl. So, I mean, she could have been big. She could have been small. I don't know. But that is Maria Torres right there. So to stab her in the face, it's either maybe she stabbed her in the torso, she fell on the ground or something. But you read the quote of her after she was already stabbed those multiple times, including the face, trying to get everyone, call 911. I've been stabbed. Like, that's it. She had a 3 3/4 inch deep stab wound to her chest. So that is what I surmise to be the actual death wound. That's kind of how they presented it. They didn't actually say that was the wound that killed her, but that is the one that they listed as like the big one, right? So that one in the chest probably hit her heart, lungs, whatever. JT actually booked it once everyone else is outside. She still had plans, right? She was going to meet up with JP. And they got together. JP told the police that when her friend got there, she was covered in blood, obviously. They actually walk over to a nearby waterway and wash the blood off of her. And then the two girls walk along the railroad track and leave Elkhart, Indiana. Just walking along. 12 years old, both of them walking along with, a sandwich or something, thinking that they're about to conquer the world. Fucking crazy. They woke up a guy named Zachary Sleeper. It's kind of ironic. They woke up a guy named Sleeper.
Maybe I should have my name legally changed to that.
What the fuck? I'm sleeping. What do you want? They woke up this random old guy named Zachary Sleeper in the early morning of the night. Now, this was 5 hours later. So you can tell, they did plan to run away for a while, months or whatever, but they didn't really plan it all that well because they're basically calling it quits after 5 hours of walking. They knock on this guy's door asking for food. They've only been walking a few miles, but can you imagine if they really ran away? They'd be dead. They wouldn't. You're already asking for food. You've only been gone for 5 hours. Yeah. But they're 12 years old, so what do you expect? Obviously, the guy calls the police, and then they were arrested. So here we have premeditation, right? Because there is evidence that JT committed, and this is from the report, she did commit it with some degree of premeditation. Prior to the attack, she searched the internet on a bunch of search that you're about to read here in 2 seconds. She also texted a friend before Maria's death. She also hid knives in her room. Now, this is a big-ass kitchen knife. And set a fire in her bedroom and disabled the smoke alarm in her bedroom before the attack. So there's premeditation there. And these are the searches, if you want to read these, Nicole.
How to hide from the police. How to make poison. How to sharpen knives. How to survive in the woods. A video of someone being stabbed. A video of Pop Goes the Weasel.
Oh, that's creepy at the end.
Pop Goes the Weasel.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's like from Elf when he's too afraid.
Have you heard the lyrics of that song? It's actually is even more creepy than
I feel like as a kid I did, but I couldn't tell you what they are now. Something about the mulberry bush, right?
Oh, even these fucking children's nursery rhymes are...
I don't like to listen to them now as an adult. They're kind of scary.
The only kids thing I watch is Blippi on repeat. And I'm talking about the Blippi that's taking a dump on his friend.
We know. The Harlem Shake video.
Harlem Shake. Where it explodes out of his butthole.
I can't get that out of my head. I thought that I did for a second until you brought it up. And that's all that's there.
That is the best video I think I've ever seen. It's so well done. Money goes, pop goes the weasel. Fucking creepy as titties.
You know what
Do you
should
think
is-
they mean like pop, pop, pop? Like,
Yeah. You should Google the meaning of "pop goes the weasel." It's what you should look up.
Yeah. I this is some sinister shit. Right
Why
here.
was she? Well, what else is pop goes the weasel?
I
What
don't know.
is-
He stepped on it and it exploded. That's what I thought.
stepped on what? Oh, stepped on the weasel?
Yeah.
Is a weasel a rat? What's a weasel?
No, a weasel's like a rodent.
Yeah.
So it's a fucking rat. That's what a rat is.
It's a rodent. It's not a rat.
It's closer to a possum, I
Like
think,
a
than
chipmunk
rat.
type thing.
Yeah.
So
Like a ferret. A wild ferret.
she is searching. Pop goes the weasel.
That's fucked.
But there is there's a creepypasta that has a lot to do with this song. So think about what you read earlier. Like what would try to build the character, because there's a character, a fictional creepypasta character that got into her head. So with all the stuff that you heard earlier, what do you think it is?
I don't know what the character.
Pop goes a weasel, and a clownish tone, a big grin. Like, you think anything? I mean, you don't know the character, no, but you can kind of.
Well, I was thinking that like she just popped out of nowhere and stabbed her. Like pop goes like pop, like bam. That's what I thought. I don't know.
All right,
Twisty the Clown.
this is
It.
no, I wouldn't
Pennywise.
put clowns up here to scare you guys. This is Laughing Jack right here. Jesus Christ!
I don't know if I'll sleep tonight.
Look at that shit.
No, I won't. I refuse.
That's so mean.
Covergate.
So it looks a lot like what she was looking like, right? I mean, if you think about it, she was showing all of her teeth. She had a big grin. She was talking in a clownish accent. So if you want to describe in detail what you're looking at now, Nicole.
No, she does not. I'll take one for the team. He has he's like black lips and gritty teeth, a nose that's like a birthday hat or a carrot that's striped black and white.
That is
And he
not
has
a damn carrot. What carrot do you know looks like that?
Most carrots
It's
look
like an
that.
ice cream cone.
Okay, ice cream cone. That's fair. And then he has like white pupils. He doesn't even have colored pupils. He's just very creepy looking.
You wouldn't hang out with him?
No. Actually, he would be my first choice on The Bachelor to go on to the next round.
He's got really thin hair. From the Urban Dictionary, Laughing Jack is what is known as a clown. He is, of course, murderous. His preferred method of killing is slicing open the stomach of said victim, which is usually a child, removing their innards, and stuffing the body with candy. So that's what...
Oh, like a piñata.
Yeah, so that's the whole shtick, is he stuffs the body with candy. So the creepypasta story is kind of long, so we're not going to read it. There's a kid, James, as you see here. James, it's time to come inside. That's the mother calling out to her son. And she notices that her son is talking to somebody, an imaginary friend named Jack. She has a dream, the mother. Now, this is the creepypasta story, that she is in a rundown amusement park. She was scared running through an endless field of empty tents, broken down rides, and abandoned game huts. The whole place had a horrible look to it. She hears music play, which is the Pop Goes the Weasel. They're in the room, in the bedroom, and the mother is confronted with the actual Laughing Jack, which is a real thing. Like a laughing clown that her son had befriended. And the son is hanging up, but he's not dead yet. So the mother tries to kill Jack, and she takes a knife and she thrusts it into Jack. She says, "Get away from him, you bastard." I rushed at the monster, raising the knife above my head, and stabbed down at him. But as soon as the knife touched him, he disappeared in a cloud of black smoke. The knife passed right through and pierced James' still beating heart, splashing the warm blood on my face. So Jack hung her son up, but he was still alive. The mother tries to kill the clown because he's about to stuff his organs with candy, and he disappears, and she stabs the son in the heart, kills him. So the whole rest of the story is she's put in a mental institution.
Because she killed her child.
And she's telling everyone about Laughing Jack, and then no one believes them. Now, this is obviously made up for the purposes of why people make stories up. It's completely fucking fictional.
Well, it's like a campfire story.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Like the guy with the hook.
Yeah.
But for some reason, kids these days, they can't handle it or something. I don't fucking know. I mean, we had Stephen King and shit, and we're fine. Like, I remember watching It when I was 12, and the fucking Pennywise didn't get in my head. But for some reason, kids these days, they believe this shit. Even though somebody made this shit on the computer. I mean, that's where these things come from. They come from the internet.
I would have to say that a lot of the stuff on the internet, and actually like in movies, even video games, like it's all so realistic looking now. Like CGI and the graphics in video games, like it's for a child, I feel like it would be hard to determine.
I don't know. This seems like a cop out to me. I'm just saying. I think, in my opinion...
So was she influenced by this story? Is that what you're saying?
All right. Well, most people would stop here and be like, we need to ban creepypastas because this is killing our kids. But it's not... Both of these stories we're doing tonight, both of these stories for this week about creepypastas have really nothing to do with the creepypastas themselves. It's more of a mental health issue. So both of these killers had mental health issues prior to even reading about Laughing Jack or whoever. Mm-hmm. The Slender Man. Coming up next.
Really?
Just kidding.
In late May or early June 2015, Edwin observed that JT had drawn inappropriate pictures involving Laughing Jack. In addition, she had begun dressing in white and black clothing similar to Laughing Jack's clothing and would paint herself white and black like a clown. JT also became preoccupied with candy, which was Laughing Jack's favorite item.
Quote, she's heard voices and had an alter ego for months before the stabbings and actually begged her father to help, end quote. But no one ever did anything. Months before the murder, her mental health state started declining rapidly. She was diagnosed with PTSD, and which plays into some of the psychiatrists think that she was sexually molested, even though she denies it. But I think like a lot of patients do that. But the psychiatrist said, let me get to her exact quote. Quote, it is almost a certainty that JT had been sexually abused by an unidentified person while living with her mother, end quote. So obviously the unidentified and that's from a psychiatrist. Obviously the unidentified person is a fucking sex offender. Who else would it be? She's living with her mother. Her mother married a fucking sex offender. Like, who else is in the fucking house?
Unless,
obviously,
I mean, like, she had dated multiple sex offenders and...
well, you know what I'm saying. Still the same shit.
Yeah.
So JT has been diagnosed by multiple doctors with PTSD and dissociative identity disorder, which used to be called multiple personality disorder.
Right. If you go back to the talking in a clownish accent, it may not have been her primary personality. It could have been one of her alters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it actually was. Her name was Star, S-T-A-R.
Oh.
So she has two. Star, basically, Star tells her to hurt other people and herself. Anna, the other multiple personality, tells her to ignore Star. And lately, she has been telling her dad that not only is she having these different shifts in her reality and her perception, she's taking on a different personality. So she basically blacks out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Loses track of time.
Yep.
Because the other one takes over, right?
Yep.
So the father said, quote, shake it off, end quote. And not only that, but she did go see a guidance counselor. The guidance counselor was extremely worried, got her appointments for the mental health sessions with a psychiatrist before the murder even happened, but fucking insurance was a problem. I mean, there's sometimes we just need to fucking, tighten the belt in a fucking America. It's like that one guy that had the he had the schizophrenia and he couldn't afford his fucking medication. Dude, okay, let's just fucking provide that for free, because if you don't take it, there could be bad shit happening.
Well, and even like, I can relate to this because sometimes at the school I work at, we have 2 licensed mental health counselors on hand through the Dorchester County Department of Mental Health. And they do take insurance, but they don't take all insurances. And so sometimes we'll make a referral for a student who really needs the services and they can't be seen because of insurance barriers, or, and they may not be able to afford out of pocket.
That is fucking horseshit, man. Because this girl, JT, and this is part of the reason I didn't look up her name, because, I mean, she is suffering. She had told everyone. She doesn't look up what's wrong with me. She's having her alters take over during the day. And she knows Star, her primary alter, I guess, is getting worse and more powerful. And the reason she knows that is because her friend, JP, when JP talked to police that night after they got arrested, when they were talking on the phone and JT was like, let's bring food and clothing and yada, 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 meet at the park. JP says, at the time, I kind of figured that I was talking to Star. Like, it was a different person. I'm talking to, it was a different person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A completely different person. Now, she has it real bad, apparently. And I kind of dived into her parents' background, because I think there might be like a link. I'm not a psychiatrist, but she does have it bad. In fact, 16 mental health facilities have refused to treat her.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So she basically was diagnosed with PTSD and DID, which is basically having the multiple personalities. While at LaRue Quarter Psychiatric Facility, she saw shadows and even tried to booby trap her room. What she was afraid of is this Laughing Jack. Laughing Jack says, if you don't kill, you're going to get killed. You're going to kill for me, because at this point, he's talking to her, right? I mean, I really believe she's hearing this guy, or he's taking over or something. Not as in, okay, that's really happening, because it's not. But in her head, in her mind, with mental disease, that's her reality. So this guy, Laughing Jack, this clown, this creepy ass fucking looking clown, is telling her to kill. So
she's having
and if she doesn't kill, then he's going to kill her, type of thing.
Auditory hallucinations.
So for the past few months, it's been getting really bad. Her public defender had said this about her. Her name is Holly Curtis, the public defender.
This little girl has been failed by everyone, Curtis said. The risk level for her is beyond anything I think anybody can imagine. For her not to be able to get the help she is crying out for is probably one of the biggest travesties I have seen so far within the system, and with the state agency not willing to step up and do their job.
I mean, I agree, man. Because it's not like, oh, she did this and okay, we find out she has schizophrenia or DID, PTSD. This girl has been yelling at the top of her lungs, something is wrong with me. I have this other personality, Star, quote, getting more powerful. All of her friends at school, which she didn't have many because she was bullied a lot, but JP obviously would call her a little, JP said she was, quote, a little different person, end quote. Sometimes they would sit at lunch and nobody would even recognize her. None of the kids would recognize her. It was like, oh, that's you, Jen, I see you. But I know that's not you. Like, you're someone else. Your personality is different. And some of these people that have this disorder, they talk different. I was watching this video, and this girl just all of a sudden got a British accent. I'm like, what the fuck? That shit is just like out of fucking nowhere. Yeah. I was like, God damn. She can't talk in a British accent by herself. But when that other personality comes on, it's like just takes over.
And a lot of times,
that's fucking crazy, man.
A lot of times, dissociative identity disorder is actually brought upon by trauma.
Yeah, so you kind of like isolate yourself away from the trauma.
You dissociate because you can't. you can't handle it. You guys remember the movie Sybil?
Yeah, but that was fake, though.
It was. It was based on a true story, but it later came out that that Sybil was faking it. The movie was based on the true story of Sybil.
Faking.
And then later, recently, it came out that Sybil was faking her story.
Her grades started suffering in school. She had headaches, difficulty sleeping. She was hearing voices, having blackouts, which her blackouts would literally mean the other personality is taking over. So she just doesn't remember it. She would start isolating herself in her room. And as I said, she had two personalities. Star was the more predominant one. She was the evil one. She told her, JT, to hurt people and to hurt herself. Anna was the not evil one. So it was basically like the angel and demon on your shoulder, And Anna was the good one. She would often introduce herself as either Star or Anna, not JT, or, whatever her real name is.
JT repeatedly asked her mother, Deshay, Edwin, and other relatives for help with her symptoms. She also spoke with a school counselor who urged Edwin to take JT to a mental health professional. He instead took JT to their family doctor. Later, several appointments were scheduled with a counselor, but JT missed the appointments because of insurance issues.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a failure in society. Yeah. But let me talk really quick about her mother, because I think there is a link here. The real mother, Deshay, was sexually abused herself as a child. She was an alcoholic and a drug addict in front of her daughter. She had depression, bipolar, and PTSD. She has a son at 15, a daughter, and then her last little girl is JT. And all three of them are by different fathers. Edwin married Maria. So Edwin's her biological father. He has two children, and he actually had an affair with his Deshay. So he had an affair with his ex-wife, which is not good, right? I mean, it's confusing to the child.
Right.
JT had a horrible childhood. She lived with her real mother until 12. She was abused by her half-brother, being punched and choked, and she was also severely bullied at school. Deshay married a sex offender. When JT was 8, her parents separated, and then Deshay married the sex offender, and he was abusive, and at one point, he hospitalized Deshay for 3 to 4 days after beating her. Deshay would cut herself in front of her daughter. So obviously she was taken away. A psychiatrist, but after, 4 years of that, right? A psychiatrist said, quote, "It is almost a certainty that JT had been sexually abused by an unidentified person while living with her mother," end quote. JT actually loved Maria Torres, the one she killed. And she said this to the police: "Maria was, quote, not a replacement, but a real mom to me." Mm-hmm. I feel like that is pretty powerful. We'll tell you exactly, Yeah. And then JP said that when she was talking to her, that was Star, not JT. Obviously I'm not a psychiatrist, man, but I'm reading what the fucking experts at this shit are writing. So, and the court system seems to be not okay with it, but understanding of it. So I'm just going, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, they're not being like, you murderer, all this shit. They're like, okay, you need help fucking now. This is terrible. It's more of a terrible misjustice, if anything. Yeah. I mean, it's fucking awful, obviously, but Edwin actually abused her, JT, his own daughter. He also abused his wife, Maria, the victim, and his other half-sibling. So he's not innocent in any of this. So obviously, you guys know she's not fucking on death row, right? April 2nd, 2019, the case was held for years while she underwent mental health treatment. 4 years after, that was 4 years after, she was competent to stand trial. I don't get that. I really don't get that shit. Here's a question I kind of want people to answer this on the blog, maybe, or just tell me. What should be done with a person like this? Because obviously she has a mental illness. But I saw that there was a prominent psychiatrist that said that even, and I'm just going to read this. Quote, "It is possible that after JT becomes an adult, the symptoms of her mental illness will resurge, or she will fail to obtain adequate treatment. So that's what I was. So even if she gets better, right? So she's better. So you're not going to hold. She's not going to be in a mental health facility until she dies. Like, she is getting out. If she's not already, I couldn't find any more. I think she's already out, actually. This was April 2nd, 2019. I think pretty sure that she is living out of the direct, super lockdown, if you will. So what do you do with someone like that? Because, yeah, they're better now, but they could resurge too. Like, what do you do?
I think that you need to ensure that, that the patient can receive treatment, especially if it's part of, like, let's say, part of her sentence is, just throwing out a number, 10 years in the facility, and then after you have to go to weekly therapy. If it's part of a sentence, I feel like that should be, able to be provided. If she cannot, like, I know this is going to open up a can of worms, but, like, I feel like if that's part of your sentence, that should be able to be provided to her.
Yeah.
So
you've got to make it, like, easy on them almost.
Yeah, but the freaking Vince Lee, man, they just let him go. They're not even looking if he's taking his medication or not.
But he had schizophrenia, correct? He didn't have DID. Those are two different.
He cut someone's head off and ate their eyeballs. I'm pretty sure that's.
But that was also in Canada. I'm not trying to defend what anyone did versus whatever. If you have a patient with severe mental illness, such as dissociative identity disorder, which again, is usually brought upon by trauma, you want to make sure that they can, if you're not going to keep them in a facility, that they have access to treatment so that they can keep whatever is going on in check. Because if you just leave it untreated and, just let them out into the world, let's say they can't get access to treatment for one reason or another, that does put them at risk of resurgence, because they're not dealing with whatever is causing their disorder. Like, you don't just cure trauma. It's not like, okay, like, I don't have trauma anymore. It's not like that.
Yeah. No, I get it, man. I get it. I've been through CBT and all that shit. Can't cure that shit. I'm just fucking crazy. When JT was first locked up, she would try to bite people. She would also carry around in her pocket a full pocket full of candy, which actually they provided her because it lessened her urge to bite. Fucking crazy. Just like that clown, right?
Yeah.
The staff found 2 pieces of paper in her room that were contraband. One had the word candy written over and over and over and over again. The other one had the lyrics to Pop Goes the Weasel.
That's creepy.
The docs put her on Risperdal, an antipsychotic med, and she became. This is testament to fucking drugs and I should say the proper drugs. She became, quote, one of the most well-behaved residents of her units. Her grades skyrocketed, began getting great grades in her education. And finally, this is the most important thing I got caught from this. She began to grieve over the death of her stepmother.
Wow.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
So that's the Laughing Jack story. What y'all think? That's all the information you're going to find on that story. So, I mean, she's going to get out. She's not already out. And then that's it. That's the Laughing Jack. There's another one we're doing next time for the next story. A little quick one about Slender Man. No one was killed in that one. So no one was killed in that story. First time ever on Talk Murder Me, we cover a story that no one's been killed. But they barely survived by, I believe the quote was, by the width of a human hair. If the knife would have went any deeper, by the width of a human hair, they would have been dead.
Wow.
But that is about Slender Man. The Slender Man. Y'all know what Slender Man is?
I have heard of Slender Man.
He's the tall, good-looking fella. And he's real. Okay, these other ones ain't real. This guy's fucking real. So
Oh, yeah?
if you're in high school and shit, this is real. Fucking real. I'm just saying. It's just real. It's outside the fucking house. Anyway, that is Laughing Jack. Hope you guys liked it.
Yeah.
Next time, Slender Man. And you can actually read the creepypasta on that one. It's not that long.
Okay.
All right. That is episode 272. I hope you guys liked it. Go talkmore.com/300. Talkmore.com/300. Request your stories. I'm going to give $300 in crumpled up $1 bills to the person that requests the best story, the one that I'm going to recover, the one that I'm covering on episode 300. So, and if you like this story, you can watch us in live chat, talkmore.com/join. My name is John. I'm here with Jen and Nicole. Until next time, good night, you lovely, lovely people.